So guys, welcome. This is gonna be a meeting section with one of my favorites, Desmond. I believe you guys have heard me talk about him. He's one of the guys who is doing wonders in the e-commerce industry. Well, he's here, and you're going to hear from his mouth. You're hearing from the horse's mouth. This time, man, it's not just about me talking about him, but he's here to share with you how he's been able to do it. So Desmond, I know your name, but a lot of people who are watching this now, they don't know you, they don't know who you are. So just give us a little bit a background story about you and who you are.
Well, number one, I want to say a very big thank you for giving me this opportunity. And I want to say a very huge thank you. I mean, the role you played in my life, I keep on you see me all the time commenting on your Facebook. Like the role you played in my life I didn't know what I would have done then. So number one, okay, my name is Desmond Okafo. Okay. Quick story. Let's cut the whole story short. 2017, I arrived in Nigeria with the hope of doing e-commerce in Nigeria. When I came home, I was thinking that dropshipping would work in Nigeria, but I was wrong. So, but then I started pushing, and suddenly I got a partner in US. Some of you guys might know Product Lease Genie back in 2017. So they hired me as one of their coaches. And as I was coaching, I was really struggling to see if I could be able to get a partner over there in US that would be able to help me to get me a store that I can manage and stuff. Man, I spent a whole lot of money. Like I spent almost the whole money I came back with China, like buying mentors, courses, and all the rest of them to see if I can be able to get a partner. But then it didn't work. But then while I was doing the coaching, I got one guy. He's a US Navy. His name is Luis Perez. He's like, since he doesn't have time, his father is so, I would say his father is rich. But then he's a US Navy. He gave me his contact, gave me everything, and then he gave me a store. In the first month, we did like 20 grand. We did $20,000. The first month, the second month, we did 50. The third month, we did $100,000. The fourth month, his mom came in from Brazil. He's from Brazil, and then they were having some discussions, and I don't know what they talked about and stuff like that. I was trying to log in the following morning, and I couldn't be able to have access anymore. Like, just like that, this guy shut me out. Facebook ads, Shopify, everything shut down. I could remember I was looking on my screen and I'm like, what am I going to do now? The only money I made from him then, I was just only taking 30% of the money. After ads and all that, I think I made around, let's say about 7 or 8 million then. And then what I did was I used that money because I didn't know ground. I didn't know much. I just used the money and then put it into real estate. And I think I had just some few, I would say from 2000s. So then as I was scrolling on my Facebook that day and then I saw your ad, boom. I'm like, that looks like it. This might be it. Okay, you know what? Let me go through this route. I remember I was scared of doing phone transfers then. I have to go to First Bank and did that deposit to you and then send you the thing and then you send me the logins and then that is it, bro. But then I remember I told myself, if I can be able to do at least, even if it's 300K per month, I'll be good. And that is it, bro. That is how I got started. If there's anything I'm going to tell anybody that is into the e-commerce space is that you got to be patient. But then you got to be patiently impatient. So while you are patient, what makes you a patient person is the things you actually do while you are building your business. And that is how I got started. I did my first product. It was a failure. I didn't tell you this. My first product was actually a flat failure. My first product failed. My second product did actually well. I scaled it into some extent and then the product died off. And then I came to realize that the major thing in your business, the major thing in your e-commerce journey, the product is important, but the most major thing in your business is your ad creative. That is the secret. So then I started applying and putting things together and then following the structures that you've already laid in the courses. Man, I would say that is the best course I've ever bought. Even if I bought thousands of dollars of courses, but that course I bought that day was what really changed the game for me. So I started putting all those things you taught, landing pages, how to do this, and how to do that. Starting putting it up together, and then as God may have it, and then we skyrocketed, and they started doing numbers and all the rest of them. So that is it. That is it.
Awesome.
That is it.
Quite, right. So what I would like to get from you is you made me sound of something that your first product was a flop, and some numbers, your second product, right? So, like, what's the lessons not from that product that actually flipped?
I overlooked what you said in your first. I overlooked. How did anyone do? You talked about testing. And remember, I chatted you that day. I think you were busy or something. Before you replied me, I've already bought the product. I've already bought the product. I think I bought that. It was a weight trainer, and it was a weight trainer product. And then I bought it, and I bought it with weight loss tea. So I'm a kind of company together, in a package. I think I remember I was selling that product for 25K. Then the product came in. I think I only sold like only three out of 200 each I bought. But then I learned it's a very hard lesson. It was a very hard lesson I learned. And the second product, I tested the first one. It didn't go. Test the second one. It gave me some sales. I was running. By the way, I don't put money on I don't do targeting. I don't do targeting. I just leave my ad like that. But then I do them CBO, different videos, probably three different videos, and then I allow the pixel to give me, what we're actually doing is we are allowing the pixel already know what you want to do. Everything you want to do, all the whole information you want to have. Facebook has 2 billion people on their database, 2 billion buyers. As the day is going by, the numbers it's increasing. But the last time I checked, I believe Facebook has 2 billion confirmed buyers on their database. So everything that you want to do, Facebook already know the people you want to target. So, but what they're going to do is when you give us a creative, it is their job to actually go and be like, okay, you know what, who is going to ready to buy this, who is ready to buy this, and who's ready to buy this. And let me give you an example here. If you're actually selling to people who have diabetes, okay? If you're actually selling to people who have diabetes, and the other person is actually selling to people who wants to buy gold. I'm just taking for example. If you actually look at the math, you're going to see that people who have diabetes will make more sales more than the other person. But then how do you call out to the people? And I came to realizing, by my testing experiences, that if you're selling to everybody, you're not selling to anybody. So you got to call them out on your ad with the video. You're actually telling the pixel, not the people. You're telling the pixel, this is the people I want. And then you got to do three different ad creatives, 3 different ad copies, and then you let them run for like 3 days. Okay, I've had products that didn't do well the first day, second day didn't do well. The third day, I went to bed, waking up in the morning, I have around 8 sales. And then, start from there, I started like scaling, cutting down what is not working, and then capitalizing on what is working, and then start scaling. So that is it.
Awesome. Okay, so I'm happy that we're sharing some really amazing stuff, and what they into this. This is just so good. Right. Now, from your second product, I believe, like say, you started seeing some light at the end of the tunnel, right?
Yeah.
What was that product that actually, I believe you're not selling the product. Are you selling the
No.
What was that product that actually shocked you and gave you that made you see that light at the end of the tunnel? And what was remarkable? What made it different from the first one? That's right.
Okay. There are things, in that's your course, man. That's your course. I learned a lot. So I capitalized on a few things you said in the course. I mean, maybe I don't know if that course is still open, but that course is in top nugget. It's a top, like when I mean the top nugget, it was top nugget. I took out 4 or 5 things that really changed the game for me. Number one, your product shouldn't have too much weight. Number two is a product somebody can buy too. Number three, as stupid as simple to use, like a 65-year-old can use it. And number four, don't let it have different varieties and sizes and all the rest of them. And then probably number five is a product that you can mark up at least 4 to 5 times. A lot of people say 3 times, but when you start scaling up, you're going to see that you really need to make a whole lot of money on these, because what we are doing is, and we are picking something works, you want to capitalize on it and then milk the market. It was an eye epilator. It was an eye epilator, an eye epilator that women uses. So I tested it. Yeah, it was an eye epilator. And I remember, I think I was buying that. I can't remember how much I was buying that product, but I was selling it up to like 13K.
Wow.
And my margin was really good. My margin. It was an eye epilator. It was an eye epilator. But we had some issues, and that is what makes it a business. Your job as a business owner is to manage risks, right?
Yeah.
Remember that every time that you go, even if some products you've tested can actually fail. Yeah. So what makes you a businessman is you go to bed, you start thinking, what am I going to do to this product to actually make it work? So the problem I had there was the battery. So what I did was I have to buy batteries and start sending to states. It was crazy. But that's what I had to do. It was an eye epilator. And then I was surprised. Some people were buying 4. Some people were buying 5. Some people were buying 3. Some people were buying 2, reaching out to me, calling me, okay, I need. So, that's an eye epilator. And it really, really did well. And then showed me that light. I'm like, okay, here we come.
Wow. I will get, Okay, but I would love to know, did you just find or stumbled on this product by sheer luck, or is it through research, or how exactly did you find this product?
I told you I learned something from my mistake. I went all alone and I did it alone. So what I did was I shut down everything. I even closed down the store and everything. And I have to go back and watch that course from the beginning. And now what I did now is everything you say, I keep on pausing, do it, pause, do it, pause, do it. So I followed the strategy of how you structured it out, probably doing 50% off on Facebook, doing buy now, doing shop now, and all that. So I pushed everything into a sheet. And then you remember you talked about moving it all again into Google and start ranking and ranking and ranking and ranking. So what I did, the time I used was eyebrow, and I keep seeing eyebrow, and I saw that eyebrow was at the peak. I went to 12 months, it was at the peak. Went to 6 months, it was at the peak. 3 months, it was at the peak. In fact, at the time I was checking it, in the last 4 hours of me checking the product, it was at the peak. And I'm like, okay, this demands the money. Let me give it a test. And I give it a test. It spent around 2,000 that day, and I had 8 sales with 2,000 there. I had 8 sales. And I posted, I'm like, okay, China, please, I need this product.
Awesome. You have a remarkable story, right? It reminded me of my story when I got started, and my first product, not really the first product that I sold at field was a wristwatch, right? And just like you, I brought in about 200 pieces, so it's not bad, right? I thought just 2 persons buy it. One was from a cosmate that bought for the girlfriend, and then the second one, no, she didn't really buy it.
You made the mistake you made was that you would have had so many boyfriends that had so many girlfriends that were boyfriends.
Well, that's not something I think I've done. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm loving this, right? I'm loving this. Now, if you are to advise someone, right, who is watching you right now, okay? And before we get into that, I want to give us a little bit of, if it's a sneak peek of how your business is now compared to how you got started 2 years ago. You said something about patience and uh, being like persevering, right? Like,
Yeah.
of course, you're going to have some challenges, right?
Yeah.
But before we move into that, right? How is business right now? Like, what's
Well,
the
God is good, bro. I'm not gonna lie, God is good, man.
mm,
I'm here in Canada now, chilling, like going to school here in Canada now. Like, first of all, if I'm gonna tell you a backstory of me, if anybody knows Obuko in Nigeria, Onisha, that is where I grew up. I'm a Obuko boy. I be a Obuko boy. So, I mean, I would say God is good. God is good. I mean, we are doing our best we can. Um, Business is good. But what I'm gonna tell anybody is this: when you get something working, you want to scale and scale fast. The this world you see loves speed, loves fast. And if you're gonna sell, there's two books I would encourage anybody to read. Number one is Think and Grow with Pineapple That Heals. I mean, that book really changed my mind. I'm sorry I'm going this far. I'm just sorry I'm kind of, but I'm gonna come back, please. Bear with me. So number one is Think and Grow Rich, and number two is Sabri Subris, Sell Like Crazy. Very good book. So, but then business is good. We are doing all we can. Last month we did. I already told you. I already told you what we did. I already told you what we did. And this month so far we've done. I think about $5,000 in sales this month alone. And God is good. But one thing that really is really helping me is you get something working, scale fast. Scale fast. Remember, it's a game of competition. A lot of people are out there trying to steal the way you steal from other people, right?
yeah,
So when you get something working,
yeah,
you want to scale fast. Scale fast. Don't be too greedy. Be a little bit patient. Don't mark up too much. You want to start testing. Probably, okay, this is the let me give this. Test different landing pages. Test different landing pages and see which one converts more than the other. Okay. I mean, you take out around 15,000 or 20,000 naira and test the ad. Test different landing pages, split test landing pages, split test different creatives, and see which one matches. Once you see that one matches, I mean, Facebook has already told you what is working, right? It has already told you this is what is working. Shut down every other thing and capitalize on that and scale as fast as possible.
you know, nothing loves me, right?
Yeah.
And
Yes. Yes.
like what I was sharing with, a Maxine, right?
Yeah.
He currently has been able to expand his business into Cameroon and Ghana, and he was sharing with me what he wants to be doing, you know, every day. And I'm like, come on, you can't be doing that every day when you're selling in 3 different countries. It's best that we just focus on one country. If you are going to be expanding your business into 3 different countries, like
Yeah.
scale. I mean,
Yeah.
you can't be doing average numbers. Like, so he was like, you injured me here. My point is that when he finds, because of course he's beginning to see result in what he's doing, right?
Yeah.
And he just tasted, a little bit of success here, but his mind is not yet open to those kind of big numbers, right?
Big numbers.
Still
Yeah.
around going 100. I was like, come on, move on you can do 500. Like, you can do
Yeah.
500. Why are you staying at 100 when you can move to 500? You can be pushing out 500 pieces of your product every week, right?
Yeah.
Every single week, if not even more, right? If I can move from 100 daily to 500 daily.
It's scalable.
So I told him, you have to move with speed. It's working now.
Yes.
Scale it.
Yes.
Stop saying,
before someone comes in, before somebody comes in and
exactly, like take a share of the market from you, right? So one last thing, before two things actually. One is, what were the challenges you faced, right, in your journey? Okay, because you be the worship base, they are going to be facing challenges. And what actually kept you going? How did you manage to go through those challenges, right? I would like to, every one of us would like to hear that from you.
Beautiful. The major challenge of every business is revenue. How do I make more money would be your question. How do I make sure that my customers are picking more orders? In that course, you talked about it. I keep on referring to that course because, like I told you, I have to pause and keep doing, like, taking it one step at a time, being patient. You talked about keeping a record. Listen, guys, I don't care what you do. I don't care what you sell. Do you know where your products are? Do you know how many products you imported? Do you know how many that have been delivered? You gotta keep on record. Like, when I mean, Bible says keep strict watch. You gotta keep strict watch, making sure where your products are, making sure how many have been delivered, making sure how things are going in your business. That is number one. Number two, you gotta reach out to your customers. In business, there is something that is called the KLT factor, which is know, like, and trust. So when you have a customer, start doing email marketing. You might think it doesn't work, but when people already know your business, they already know your link. You might think that people are stupid. People know your link. People know the people they have been buying from. We gotta create that trust, something that comes over time. When they see your emails and then they see your ad and it's something they need, because of the fact that they already know you, they already like you, and they already trust you, what does happen? They're gonna buy. I still get email from Joe till today. Like, this guy not the quit. I did CC email, and every of his email, I open it, I read it through every of your emails. In fact, I'm using most of your I'm using most of your email copies. I extract them and then use in my business. And that is what the game is. You want to find somebody whom you're looking up to. Copy that same person, what that person is doing, imply it in your own business, because the chances of it working is high. Okay, let me give you for example. You're on Facebook, you find a video, okay? You find a video that is working for somebody on Facebook. You go to the ads comment section, you're gonna see, I need it. How much? I need it. Buy it. I bought it. How much? You don't want to be stupid and start creating another kind of video that doesn't seem exactly like that one that you saw. You want to be smart, copy exactly that same one, not exactly the same one. In fact, even if you copy that same particular one and apply it in your business, the chances of you making sales is high, because the algorithm, the pixel already know, okay, this looks like this, or maybe this is it. They're going to still find you that same buyers. So what I'm saying is this: you want to copy the person who is already high, okay, and then do that same thing the person did. Make sure that your product is monitored. Make sure that you are doing email marketing. Make sure that you are reaching out to your customers. It wouldn't be bad after 2 weeks or 3 weeks, reach out to your customers and ask them, hey, you bought this product from us. Please, can we know this if there's any challenge that you face in your business? Remember, the person who bought today might need tomorrow. They have friends. They have relatives. Okay? That is what we call fans. There's so many people who, even if Arsenal lose 10-0, minus 10-0 today, they're still going to be proud wearing Arsenal jerseys and been walking on the streets. Why people are telling them Arsenal do, but they don't care. So you want to create wavering fans in your business. Wavering fans is the secret to business. Fans. So if there's any problem, they're going to tell you, hey, look at the problem I have with this product. When they tell you what you look at the problem you have in this product, this is a business. It's a long-term business. It's not a shuttle run. It's a long-time business. If you actually want to build a business, then you want to copy that same thing and then probably do a video and then address that same particular thing on the video. address that same thing on the video. You can use voiceover. I normally use there's this app I normally use to do my voiceover. Use that same particular thing on the voiceover. I think it's 11 Lab. Use that same particular thing and then address that issue on your video. So probably many times when somebody or 2-3 people complains that same particular problem, that is what most people are facing. So you want to address it and then use it to run ad, probably a retargeted lookalike ad to those people, and you're going to see more sales.
Awesome. The last thing, I know I've taken lots of the time already.
No, boss. Go ahead. I've been waiting for this for a long time. We've been trying to have this meeting, and then one thing happens, and the other happens, the other happens. Now today, I'm ready.
Okay. So, one other thing I would like to know from you is that when you saw my ad, I'm going back now, right? When you saw
okay.
On Facebook, right?
Yeah.
What went through your mind?
Okay. Immediately I saw the ad. I've had one of my students when I was coaching with product listening. Do you remember that time I was considering myself to be a pro in ads. Okay. But then one of my students told me he does cash on. I don't know what cash on delivery was. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't believe it's possible. I didn't know what it was. I'm not lying. I didn't know what cash on delivery was. I didn't know what pay on delivery was then. And I saw it. He told me there's some things people do in Nigeria and they call pay on delivery. I'm like, who does that? And I saw your ad. I'm like, here's the thing. I think it was a retargeting ad. I saw the first ad. In fact, I bought that product not from Facebook because I saw it the first time. I saved it. And then I went to YouTube. It popped out again. And I'm like, okay, here is it. I think this person is really serious. And then that was where I bought it from. But then immediately when I saw it, I'm like, if this actually delivers or it works, and I'm making like 300 to 400,000 per month, I'm good. But then when I bought it and then, the sales starts coming in, and then I'm like, you know what, I'm going to scale up. And here is my secret. Guys, I really say scale as fast as possible, but then you want to sell complementary products of the main product you are selling. Don't sell one product, guys. In my ad account right now, I was talking with Joe the other time. He's like, focus on one ad account. I'm like, yeah, it's still good, but then you still want to expand as fast as possible. So sell the complementary of your products. You guys know what upsell, downsell, cross sells means. If something is actually working in a car product, get something that complements that same particular product and use your lookalike. Save that lookalike, use that same product and target those people. People have money to buy from you. There is money everywhere. Yeah. But target that same people. And that is where reaching out to them matters. Calling them on the phone, letting them understand that you actually care. A lot of people are not going to buy from you because they can't buy it anywhere. They're going to buy from you because they are loyal fans. They love the way you sell your product. They love your product. They love your services. You're reaching out to them. You want to form out that friendship and bonding. And that is how you build business.
Yeah. I tell people that there are 3 things you have to focus on in your e-commerce business for growth, right? One is when you wake up each day, you only need to think about 3 things. One, how can I increase the customers coming into my business?
Yeah.
How can I increase average order value of each customer that buys?
AOV, yeah.
3 is how can I get more of these people who bought to come back and buy, and that's the intention, right?
Yes.
And I brought someone onto the community yesterday was Friday, and the guy did over over 40,000 pieces of this product last year.
Wow, nice.
People were like, how did you do that much volume? And he was like, it's easy. This is just it. You cannot rely on one just selling one, right? No. You have to rely on how can you get people back to buy.
Yes.
So what the time is not, most people are just focused on acquisition, right?
No.
And when you focus on acquisition alone, you burn out, right? You burn out
Yes.
in your thoughts, in your thinking, your creativity. It burns you out, right? So you
I
got
want to say something. I'm sorry, I'm cutting you short.
right.
This thing already slipped my mind. There is something we call video lagging.
Mm.
If your video has been running for a long time, there's a high tendency that it to start lagging, and that comes in what you said. But if you're running different ad copy or different creatives, yes. What Facebook do with that ad, what the reason why I always tell people run two, at least minimum two. Look at what Facebook do. They show you this, and they use this particular one as a retargeting. Facebook does retargeting for you. If you have like 3 to 4, and then there's one we call customer stage, awareness stage, and some people have problem and they don't know that they have the problem. So Facebook might use that same particular first one to target them, to let them out, be aware of they have a problem. And then you want to give Facebook another video to tell them, okay, use this one for my retargeting.
Yeah.
And probably at one might be opening of the product or something like that. So by you doing that, your video is not going to lag, because no matter how good your video is, there's sometimes the video will start lagging. It's going to start lagging behind. You want to have that. But then that relates to what you say. If you have 3 or 4 products on your ad accounts, probably different, let's assume you're doing a hair oil and you have a hair shampoo, hair mask products, it's going to help you make more money, because it's if you focus on just that one buy, there's a high tendency, just like you said, the person is really going to burn out. Even your ad copy is going to burn out. I mean, it's going to lag this. It's going to start lagging behind, start struggling. And probably a video that gives you like 4, 5, or 10 video orders a day will start giving you 2. I keep on wondering what's going on, what's happening. But then had it been you have other products in your funnel that is actually pushing. So what Facebook is going to do is going to save that. And then while the other ones are running, they kind of give this and they take it back, give this and they take it back, give this and they take it back. Before you know what is happening, you're having like 20, 30 orders a day. And probably this, if you have like 50 delivery rates, you're doing well. You're 50% or 30% delivery rates based on all those products. You are definitely going to do well in your business.
Yeah. There is something I say. I did an updated Facebook ads training recently. And one thing that a lot of people don't understand about the Facebook machine learning is that it thrives on variables, right? So you want to give the algorithm variables, because that is how it's going to learn about the business, going to learn about your developments, the best time to respond.
Yes.
Like what kind of combination? Is it text? Is it videos? Does the video, the text has to be overlaid on the video or the text? Like the machine knows your audiences better than you will ever think of, right?
Yeah.
So the best thing that you can do with your Facebook ads is to give the algorithm variables,
much information as possible.
creatives to try. All right. The last question, not really a question anyway, but yeah, if a newbie is actually watching this right now and they are all, maybe not a newbie, but the person is just considering, copying or joining the Masterclass and the 10X community, and they are just on the fence, what do you have to tell that person?
In Igbo language, I'm sorry, I'm going to speak Igbo. It says, which means that when you are wearing a watch, it will be stupid when you're wearing a watch and someone sees you to use a microscope and start looking at it. I won't say this enough. I kept on. At the beginning here, I said it. 10x changed my life. 10x changed my life. You saw me buy my first car, buy my second car, and buy my third car.
Think about what the third one.
Guy, what the third guy was. What a third guy was. So, I mean, it changed my life. Here is the thing. There is enough food to go around. Don't think it is saturated. No.
Yeah.
And one thing I love about 10X is it gave me detail then. And as you can hear it now, he said he had an updated course on Facebook, which I've not even attended. And me personally, I always buy courses. Like, I always buy courses. I told you that some few days ago, I told you I bought like $1,000 course here. So buy the course and then sit down, shut people off. You got to shut people off. You got to be on that zone where you are uncomfortable. You see, the thing is, a lot of people don't want to be uncomfortable, but you got to place yourself in that uncomfortable state. Shut your phone off, delete your Facebook, delete your Instagram, and then focus. Learn the basics. Learn the basics. What product actually converts? I see there are some products I see on Facebook and I'm like, it's going to sell, but I don't know how many you're going to sell. Because me, I know that product is not going to do well. So you got to understand which product sells. You got to understand how to actually run a Facebook ad, the ad creatives to use, the ad copies to use, how to manage your business. In fact, these are high income skills that you can survive anywhere around the world where you find yourself. I am here in Canada right now, but my business is running in Africa. Okay. And these are the things you got to learn. It is basic. The world is going out from physical business. And the first time, in fact, if you can do a research on your phone, you're going to see people are spending more money on online than physical. So what you want to do is, here's the thing people don't know. Okay, let me say this here. Imagine Joe is running, 10X owner, Joe is running a particular ad on a particular product, and me, I'm selling that particular product. Many of us, like 10 people are selling that particular product. You might think the product is saturated, but that's not true. Guess what Facebook does? You know the way you share a pie of pizza? Thank you. That is what Facebook does. Facebook shares that pie. And that is that's what I said, when you test the product and it actually gives you what you need, scale up. Because how would you know it's not going to work if you didn't try it? But then you scaling up, you got to use the sense. Probably, maybe we might get down like 50. You test it, it sold. You test 100, it sold. What you want to do, when I mean scale up, is not bring 200 and 500. No, you can actually do that. That is vertical scaling. But horizontal scaling, you can actually get other complementary products and round around that product and then start building your business from there. And as you're doing that, you're still testing other products. So there's always a pie. Facebook cuts each ad account to run ads on. Yeah. So stop sitting in the fence. There's no need to sit in the fence. In fact, the more you wait, the more you pay bigger price. That is just it. I read a book that said people are not going to buy from you now. Okay. But people are going to buy later. But the problem is at what cost?
Yeah.
The price of yesterday is not the price of today.
Yeah.
No. The price of today wouldn't be the price of tomorrow. Sometime in the future, you might come back and Joe told you, man, like course is now 500. Okay, what do? You got to start sitting in, because his course is now, I think his course is now the top number one, if you ask me to say, when it comes to e-commerce in Nigeria. And I mean, I can't see it. I see so many guys trying to do what he does, but Joe.
Thank you so much for that, man. Thank you so much. And you guys from big guys, right? So what I can tell you is that it's worth the leap, right? I know now you are taking that leap of faith, right? You was decided, you're moderate. Is it worth it, right? Because one thing I have said, myself to do is to change lives as many that are willing, right? And that's why I keep these things open, and that's why I do most of the things I do inside of the community and making sure that they get the best information and do things right? So if you're thinking about joining, stop thinking and get in it, right? You will be blown away. You will be blown away by what you find inside.
I want to say something. I want to say something, but I'm sorry to cut you short. Okay. You're sitting on the fence wasting time sitting and asking yourself, how is it going to be done? Those people who did it before didn't know it was going to be done.
Yeah.
It all starts with you. I'm not trying to push you. What I'm telling you is I'm not trying to push you, whether you're sitting on the fence. I'm not trying to push you. But here is one thing I want you to believe. I want you to believe that you cannot give 100% and fail. No way. If you're giving your 100% on it, the reason why you are scared, I overheard people say that I've done my best. Yeah, doing your best is good. But recently, I heard somebody say, those who said I tried my best didn't do what is necessary. If you want to build body, if you want to build, you want to, like, I go to the gym, school gym right now. What I'm going to do is you're going to go to the school gym. You can't build muscle in your home.
Yeah.
If you don't have weights to lift, or maybe squatting equipment, you got to go to the gym. You want to escape from that lonely river into an open sea. You can't use somebody who is fishing in one lonely river in one state compared to those people who are fishing in the deep ocean. It is two things.
Yeah.
The doctor who is practicing in the village, no matter how good, cannot make more money than a doctor who doesn't even know what he's doing, who is practicing in Lekki. They are two different people. You want to stay there where the game is happening.
Yeah.
Don't think you're not going to make it. If you move into the game, you stay in the game, you make your mistakes, and there's no way you're not going to make mistakes. That one is guaranteed. You've seen me talk about my mistakes. You've seen even the e-commerce, E10X himself say, talk about his own mistakes. So it is your own. You step in there. Guys are there to help you. If you ask a question and then you tag me or you tag Joe, or you tag any person that you know he's actually, I think he's trying, or maybe he knows what he's doing in the game, you're going to get answers. And that one is guaranteed. Everybody is seeing answers in the group. There's no need to sit on the fence. Jump in there, okay? Delete your Facebook. I said delete your Facebook. Do what is necessary. Listen, yeah. I mean, that's what I did. Joe.
No more distractions.
Joe, I'm the worst person you can date. In fact, sometimes I look at my wife, I'm like, wow, how did she happen to? Because I'm the worst person you can date. I'm not calling you because I came from nothing. My father was a cyclist. My mom sells bread. I'm the eldest of 5 children. So how can I fall in love and then they are hungry? So what I did was I switched off my phone. My phone is always off. I have one Nokia Touch I was using then. So once I get a product I'm testing and I'm testing it, my phone is off. A lot of distractions. And guys, listen, I think we have to start doing this way more often. There's so many things so many Nigerian guys are doing wrong. I'm not saying I'm the best, but I think it's something we got to start doing consistently to give the people the mindset to stay hungry all the time, because that is where it happens.
Yeah.
Some people eat once and go home, but then what happens where you build a food house? Some people eat once and go home, but remember that some people build a food house, food banks. So you got to have the mindset of a hungry lion. When a lion is pursuing an animal, he doesn't say, oh, no, he goes after it with all he has. And that is what is a game of numbers. It's a game of numbers. You only want to increase your chances of winning by staying hungry, being in the game, testing your product, reaching out to your customers, staying on the tail of your delivery agents. You gotta stay on their tail. You gotta stay on their tail. They gotta know that this guy is mad. Just give him this delivery, give him his money, let him go. That is what you need. There's no excuses. You making excuses, the more you're delaying, there's a lot of people looking up to you. Your father, your mother, there's so many people waiting, patiently waiting that you're going to make something out of your own life, if not for them, out of your own life. So you want to stay hungry, get in the game, do what is necessary. And I guarantee you guys, you're going to win. That's the game. That's the game. You got to stay hungry, bro.
Yeah, man. Thanks so much. This has been a powerful one. 45 minutes done. Thank you so much for hopping on this one. I really appreciate the time. It's good to have you here, man. Right. And I think that those persons who are watching, you must have picked up something that I can go with today. So go out there and do great things. Thank you once again, man. And have a good time.
Boss.
Yeah.
You too, boss. Thank you.
Bye, man.
Thank you, boss.
Thanks, man.